Welcome to the Grind to Greatness podcast, where we dive deep into the world of relentless determination, hard work, and unwavering dedication to help you unlock your full potential. We're your hosts, Jonathan and Joseph, and your mentors along this journey to greatness. Each week, we'll bring you inspiring stories, expert insights, and practical tips where we've turned our dreams into reality through sheer grit and resilience. Whether you're looking to excel in your career, improve your health and well-being, or simply level up in life, this podcast is your go-to source for strategies, motivation, and the mindset needed to achieve personal excellence. Welcome back to the show, guys. We are on episode 5 of the Grind to Greatness, and today we're going to talk about how to execute your plan and how to keep yourself accountable to the plan. Remember last time we discussed how to begin, what to do when we are just kind of fed up with what we're going through. This episode, hopefully, we have a plan already in place. And now how are we going to execute it? What are we going to do when life hits us in the face and it makes it hard to execute? But before we get started, Mr. Jonathan, how are you doing, good sir?
That's good, man. I feel amazing. All right, I got this new T-shirt on. See that?
Bro, Elite Mind. We're going to tell you guys more about Elite Mind Athlete soon.
Yeah. I don't want to wash it.
It's just new. It's fresh. It's crispy.
It's crispy. I don't want to lose the crisp in it.
All right.
I think I'm going to go like 2 months without washing. Is that cool?
That's cool. I mean, your arms are hugging the sleeves, man, so I don't want to mess that up.
Well, see, that's the problem is when I get swollen, they stretch it and it doesn't. I didn't get this material right here.
Oh, you got different material?
On accident.
Okay.
Because that material, the Bella Canva Tribal Blend, you had to have a minimum of like 6 orders. And it was going to be like $300.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, what? I was like, I'll go find something, close to it.
Bro, no weird. Next time you want to put a T-shirt order in, we'll put one in together so we can meet that minimum.
Bet.
we can get the Bella Canvas for sure. But man, love that you're doing good, man. I think, now that hopefully people listen to the first episode, hopefully like, you know what, you're right. I need to have a self-talk. I need to self-reflect. And the next step would be to fix it. And how are we going to fix it? And instead of diving into all the different approaches, whether it was like, hey, I want to fix like my financial situation or my health situation or my fitness, right? Very similar.
They're all the same.
We're just going to talk about how to execute the plan and how to hold yourself accountable to the plan. And life is going to hit you. And what are we going to do when life does hit us?
Well, I do want to talk about, let's go inside Joseph's head real quick. Yeah. You have a goal. Mm-hmm. All right, let's just say you have a goal, and you could just tell me what that goal is.
For sure. But be a quadruple millionaire.
Okay, that's an amazing goal. Dream big. All right, cool. Now, what's your next move? I have a goal. What's your next move? Like, what is Joseph going to do?
Man, I throw myself into the fire.
Okay, like phicically, like just in a burning building.
I just jump.
Or
I
gasoline
fell
on
into a burning. No, just kidding. Man, I literally, I just put myself in whatever situation I can to be forced to execute or look stupid. And so a couple things I do. So let's say like, I want to start Unconquerable. Let's just say, right? I want to start this business. Instead of trying to plan it out and create this like massive agenda and yada, yada, yada. I just went on Facebook. I started it, created the page, boom, invited everybody to it. And I was like, well, sink or swim now. I got swim. 500 people jumped in like within a week.
Yeah.
I was like, people are watching.
Yeah.
I've got to execute. I've got to do. I can't just.
That's a strategy.
I can't just delete the group. I gotta execute, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, we talked about my story, right? But like, go to airborne school. Just raise my hand. What do I volunteer for? Oh, you're going to airborne school. All right. I gotta execute. I can't get out now.
And you thrive off pressure.
Oh, you want to be a personal trainer? Sure. All right. I'll enroll in school. All right, go to UTSA. All right, I'll enroll in school.
Yeah.
All right, never been a trainer before. Go to Gold's Gym. Just throw myself in the environment. And literally, like your point, you asked me, in the interview, it's like, hey, man, did you sink or did you swim? And I was like, man, I had to swim.
Yeah.
And we talk a little bit about my past, but I'm so scared to like let other people down for whatever reason that when I do throw myself into the fire, when I do put myself in front of everyone, it's like, man, I've got to do 110%.
See, that's just called self-awareness and knowing your capabilities and knowing that you thrive under these kind of situations. Yeah. I think a lot of people are afraid to do that because they don't know themselves well enough, right? They don't know what button to push because for me, that wouldn't work at all. Yeah. Like I'm an action taker, but first I'm a dreamer. Let me dream this thing out for like marinate and then I reverse engineer the dream.
Yeah.
All right. And then I have this big old I like to call it a cooking instruction list. Cooking instructions.
Okay.
Right? You say you want to make spaghetti marinara, fucking. Give me a recipe, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
chicken
know
parmesan.
Say you want to make chicken parmesan, right? Right. Here's all the ingredient list. At the very end, after following all the ingredient lists and the instructions, you'll have chicken parmesan. Yeah. That's what I do. I create, because it's fun for me. I get to create all of it. I got all the details. And it may be scary for some people because now you have this fucking list in front of you.
Yeah.
And then before I even start, and I think it's super important, is do I have the tools and ingredients to do this?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because if I'm missing the tool,
I'm
gonna get fucked somewhere down the line.
Right.
All right. And so it's like IKEA, dude. IKEA is gonna give you, hey, here's your materials that you need. Awesome. Here's the instructions. And when you have the materials and you got the instructions and you have a list, and awesome, like you should be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
Right. So I think a lot of times though, for you, I'm glad you know what works for you and you jump in and you kind of figure it out as you go. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
But I need something to follow and check off. Yeah. Follow and check off. Yeah. But
it's funny when when Facts Over Fads merged with Camp Gladiator, I already knew I was going to do it. You know, I had talked to my coach. He said, I'm going to think about it. I was telling the CEO, I'm going to think about it. Let's talk numbers, blah, blah. I already knew I was going to do it. It didn't really matter what the numbers were. I already knew I was going to do it, man, because it's just an opportunity to freaking grow. Even if we fail, we grow. You know what I mean? Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to learn a badass lesson.
You're going to get good at something.
You're going to get good. Oh, God forbid you're going to get good at something. Man, I made a Facebook post the other day. It said, the reason you won't hire me as a coach is because you're afraid of what your life would look like when you don't have excuses anymore. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, just no excuses. Yes. You want to do this? Yes. Go watch The Yes Man. What is it? I was going to say Ben Affleck.
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, man. Yes. Yes. Yeah. What do you want? Yes. Podcast. Yes. Yeah. Workout. Yes. Wake up at 4 8. Yes. Stay up late, yes. Grow a business, yes.
Watch Netflix?
No.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
If it's in alignment with who you are, your passion, all that good stuff. It's a yes from me.
Okay.
Right? It's freaking Simon on America's Got Talent.
Do you ever create a system or like a workflow system? Hey, no. I'm in.
Nope.
Shit, what happens next?
Nope.
Okay, let me ask you: do you create do you block a time where you're going to start creating ideas? Because say Unconquerable, shit, I got this group.
Nope.
I'm going to schedule this time. This is where I'm going to go get creative.
Nope.
Or like, what's the process of the system?
Because and people, maybe you believe this, maybe you don't, but because I'm single, because I have no kids, I have nothing else to do except read, listen, learn, and as I read, listen, learn, I get ideas and I instantaneously act on it immediately. It's like idea, turn off the podcast, go do it. Turn the podcast back on, keep going. Read a book, idea, turn it off, go do it. Or at least schedule it out to be done. Yeah. Right? It's if I think too long, I won't do anything. If I try to perfect it, I won't get anything done.
Yeah.
I just have to execute because again, I don't watch Netflix. I don't watch TV. I have no idea the scores of the football games and who's doing good and who's doing bad. I have no concept of like what's actually going on in the world. I have no idea of politics. I have no idea. Like, I don't know. And that's maybe a downfall of me as a human. I don't know what's going on in the world.
Oh, I'm the exact same way.
Because it's like, man, that stuff, that takes all your energy and it's draining and people put way too much emotion in that stuff. And it's like, man, if you could take your same political emotion and put it into a business, you'd be a millionaire probably now.
Yeah, you'd be a monster.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so, I'm constantly learning, even if it's just doing consultations with my clients. I'm learning and I'm taking notes constantly. Every time I'm on a consultation, I'm taking notes with my clients. And if an idea pops up and I can't get off the call, obviously, I take that note. I go execute as soon as the call's over.
All right. Well, here's how I teach my athletes how to create a plan. We have a goal. Here's your ingredient list and instruction list. And then step 1. I need you to program that in your day.
Yep.
All right. So just like a workout,
yep.
Let's just talk workout for a quick second. I want to lose weight. Awesome. All right. How many times a week are you going to work out? 4. Awesome. What days of the week are you going to work out? Hey, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Awesome. What time of the day are you going to work out? Hey, this day. Awesome. Put it in your calendar, set a reminder. Boom, boom, boom. Like there's this. Now you're building a framework, right? Versus I have this big old list and just talking about, hey, I'm going to work out Tuesday. You're not going to work out Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah. No, you have to physically build a framework, not just in your fitness goal, but in any goal.
Right.
I had this conversation with my wife earlier today. I got to meet another high performer today who is way out of my league in terms of business. He was like up there. He can speak business. He was a detailed guy. He knows the structure and the ins and outs. Very experienced. Also happens to be ex-military.
Imagine
and
that.
I was just like, I'm so curious. We had a great conversation, and he's restructuring a business right now. He's like, I don't know anything about this field. Right? He's like, but I love it. He's like, I'm learning, I'm reading, I'm doing this, and I'm putting all the pieces together. So I come home, and I always talk to my wife. Right? I love talking to my wife. When you learn something new, you want to talk to people, right?
Well, and it helps you learn it better.
Yeah.
But too, so it's like what's that for? Learn one, do one, teach one.
Ooh, never heard of it.
You never heard of it?
Nah, I like it.
Learn one, do one, teach one. Right.
Mm.
So let's say it's math, right?
Okay.
Learn the equation, learn the whatever the math subject is.
Yeah.
And so you learn it. And then you do it, you take a test or you do homework or blah, 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 and then go teach others how to do it. Go be a tutor.
Yeah.
Right? And
love it.
And that's how you
Well, maybe I've been leveraging that on the cool without even knowing it. So I go home to my wife, telling the whole story. I get all giddy and excited, and she can see my passion. I'm like, babe, there's a lot of similarities, right? I can see myself, down the line of being able to articulate the way he articulates about business, because business is something that is my goal, right? Yeah. It's something I'm learning, I'm growing in. And I was like, babe, he reads a shit ton of books like me. And he just learns and extracts. And as I'm speaking this, my wife has been trying to become, an influencer, make money through creating content, right? And she has been creating some content, but it's not structured, right? Okay. It's here or there. It's, there's something she wants to do. It's a goal.
Right.
And she's like, hearing you say this reminds me that I'm not all in. I'm doing the things, and it's making me feel that I'm getting some money on the side, but I'm not researching about it. I'm not reading about it. I'm not watching YouTube videos about it. There's like so much of it that I'm not even doing.
Yeah.
And just talking about it and just being that energy, it's just a constant reminder that you could do so much more.
Yeah.
And that needs to be programmed in your day.
Right.
And she's like, dude, you're like always doing it. I need to program it in my day. I was like, I didn't want to tell you anything. But
I was right.
But no, I'm just always there to support. Yeah. And, just being a byproduct, she was able to find that click, right?
Yeah. And, I will say that, saying, schedule it into your day, build it into your routine. If you're like, don't just say you're going to go do something Monday, put it, what time, how are you going to get there, right? Very detailed. So I will say I am like that. I've just been doing it for so long. It's natural. It's a byproduct. I know, I wake up at 4:30 a.m. I'm at the gym by 5:15. I'm done working out at home by 7. I'm going to eat breakfast. I'm going to shower. Then I'm going to be on my computer by 8:30.
But that's the sexy part.
Yeah.
That's the fun part.
Yeah.
That should be the fun part and the sexy part. If you're not doing that, you're totally missing out on executing a higher level. Just doing that will increase your probability tenfold.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, but now you got to face the demon. This is what my program about my athletes is about. We have that time slot. Mm-hmm. Are you going to do what you said you were going to do long after the feeling you said it is gone? It's 7 p.m. Inky Johnson.
Yes. All right.
All right. And so now here comes discipline. This is where we work on building the discipline muscle. It's 7 p.m. You're tired. You're exhausted. Are you going to listen to that little voice in your ear, and are you going to come up with an excuse? And it's going to win. 100%. It's going to kick your ass. But that's the whole point of this fucking program. Yeah. Is because I want you to battle that motherfucker over and over and over. Because what you're doing is you're lifting weights with your mind. That resistance of you don't want to do it, you're just lifting weights, bro.
Yep.
And then if you just keep lifting the weights, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get fucking stronger, and you're going to get stronger. And by the time 7 p.m. is now, you don't need reminders.
Right.
It is now locked in, bro. You're bench pressing that with your mind like nothing.
And that's what's crazy. My schedule's been so similar for so long. It's like I know every day when my day starts. I know every day when it ends. I know on which days I have to do what, and it just becomes second nature.
Yeah.
You know, and oftentimes, I mean, I'm human. If there's a break in my schedule or just something changes,
like recently,
different, right?
You couldn't wake up. What happened?
Wake up. I don't freaking know.
Did you catch a bad habit at nighttime that's messing up the morning time?
No. What happened was I started dating, and
perfect.
You have a new person in your life, and they don't wake up that early, and you don't want to just leave them there at 5 a.m.
Or they might steal all your shit.
They might steal all your shit. So I was like, well, I'll just like sleep in like with you, I guess. Yeah, it's it's fine. And then even when that person's not there, it's like, oh well, I missed all the week, so I might as well just miss one more day. Might as well. Whoa, what's one more day?
Yeah.
Right? Human. I fall into the trap of all those things, and so then. But then so this is where the point of, hey, how do I hold myself accountable to the plan? How do I hold myself accountable to that routine?
You literally just did it.
I just did it. And so social media is a very powerful tool because when you put it out there, you instantly have to hold yourself accountable to whatever you post.
Yeah.
So I can't just be like, hey guys, like I need help waking up at 4 a.m. And then I have 12 people call me and text me in the morning at 4 a.m. Hey, are you awake? Hey, are you awake? Hey,
are you going to let them down?
I cannot let them down.
Yeah.
Right. So social media is very powerful for that. So, it's the same thing. Hey, if you work out, you got to post a picture, right? If you don't post a picture, it didn't happen. As annoying as that is, it's a piece of accountability. And I promise you, people are watching you. Even if I got 10 views, I got 15 views, I got 20 likes.
I don't know about the picture part, but yeah, keep going.
Post about it. And if you're struggling with accountability, post about it. Post about it, man. I promise you, it will, man, it will help out.
Posting about it, talking about it, of course. I just need to reframe the participation of working out. It should be a mandatory. It's just something you shouldn't get a fucking award for. But
I agree. But we're not looking for an award. We're just looking for accountability.
Okay. Absolutely. I can definitely see that perspective.
Because I think a lot of people in a household, and you might be able to speak to this better than I do, but I know we've worked with over 2,000 clients. Only one person 9 times out of 10 wants to get healthy in the household. So that other person isn't going to help them.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to sleep in today? That's fine. I still love you.
Yeah.
Oh, you wake up today? Okay, so that's fine. I love you. Oh, you want a cheat meal? Okay, it's fine. I love you. Oh, you want to follow your diet?
In a broken system, yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm telling you, it's 99% of my
I had
clients.
these conversations hundreds of times because I've dealt with, in the fitness and health and nutrition, right? You have somebody who are just, my husband, throw the husband under the bus. He's normally the person who's like, I'm not eating that shit.
For sure.
I'm fine the way I am, right?
Yeah.
And
or the great one, I could lose weight if I wanted to.
Yeah. So, but in reality, you got to have that tough conversation as a family because y'all are a fucking unit.
Yeah.
And if one person's not on board and you're on a boat, that means you're pushing extra weight. That's dead weight. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, if they're not willing to participate, bro, they're rowing in the other direction. While you're pushing forward, they're pushing backwards.
Yep.
And that's a conversation that needs to be reframed that we're a fucking team.
Yep.
All right. We got to be supportive. Yep. We got to guide me. Like when we have new goals in the house, first thing I do, we have a conversation with my wife. Hey, what are your goals for this month? What are my goals this month? What do you need from me to help you on this journey and X, Y, and Z? Yeah. Right. For example, I'm transitioning I'm not doing CG in the morning times no more. Mm-hmm. So one of the things I told my wife, I was like, listen, I want to still wake up and still go work out, do my execution, do what I need to do. But what I need from you is I need to know that you can handle the morning routine alone because she's not a morning person.
Gotcha.
Right. And she's like, right. It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
And so, but that's the conversation because she wants to support me. I want to support her. And that's just super important that we have this conversation. Even if you're not going to be completely 100% on board, you still got to serve her to the best ability or serve the other spouse to your best ability. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And again, coming from a client standpoint, and you said earlier, most of the time it's the male who's not down with it, who's like, I'm not going to eat that crap, whatever the case may be. I have so many examples, but the most recent one is the husband works out, and it's kind of like part of his routine. It's just easy. It comes easy to him. But since he's been working out his whole life, he kind of can eat whatever he wants and not see such negative effects. Yeah. And he can drink.
And then genetics play a big role into that. Play a huge role.
And so here the wife is like really trying, and it doesn't come natural to her, and she needs help, and she needs motivation, and she needs help to go to the gym, number one, but she needs help meal prepping too. And the husband's just like, no, I can eat whatever I want because I work out. Yeah. And we can't work out at the same time because we have kids.
Well, see, that's just a relationship problem. Like that's us jumping off topic. It's not health and fitness. That's I mean, people need to realize because I think it's like health and fitness, but that's 100% a relationship problem that needs to be addressed because motherfucker, y'all signed up to be a team. Yeah. This ain't no solo. This ain't no solo journey. Yeah. All right.
Bro, you gonna come talk to my clients or what?
It's because of the shit that I had to go through with my wife. I had to be a terrible husband and only support my journey. Yeah. And I didn't push it off to the side, and she would want help, and then maybe I would overpower too much, and then I had to find a way of like, if I just serve her, you know how easy my life got?
Yeah.
If I just asked her and served her, what do you need from me?
And if y'all work together.
And if we work together, dude, I don't give a fuck if you work 18 hours a day. Come home and just ask your wife, what can I do to help you? Because guess what? I've had a very great perspective of being a stay-at-home dad. Mm-hmm. While she worked and I was at home trying to build a business. And let me tell you, being a stay-at-home dad or a stay-at-home mom, whoever, that's $1 million job. That is mentally and emotionally exhausting. Mm-hmm. And that shifted my perspective 100% because I got to feel what that feels like. And most men don't understand. They think being outdoors, working, whatever is like, hardcore. Yeah. I want you to sit home with your kids, and I want you to be able to take care of them, and I want you to be able to clean the house. And when I come home, I want my dinner made. I want you to try that.
Calling them out.
I want you to try that. Yeah. And I want you to tell me how tough you are and how long you can keep that up.
Crazy,
dude. Anyway,
it's a good perspective. That's a rant. Some passion coming in. Yeah,
bro. It helped me switch my perspective so much. So, which is no matter how much I work, first thing, how can I serve you? But speaking in terms of making a plan, you got to have that supportive monthly goal checkup. Yep. Because we're monthly going to have problems. We're hitting our adversity. You're hitting your first wall in your first month, most likely. Yeah. Maybe the first week, bro. Yeah. Hey, reconnect as a unit. Hey, how can I serve you? I see that you're falling off a little bit here. What can I do to kind of like ease that? Oh yeah, I do X, Y, and Z. Got it. I can take care of that for you.
Yeah. I mean, that's huge. And again, we're going to fall off track. Life isn't perfect. I always like, it's so funny, we give out meal plans. Hey, here's your meal plan for the entire week. Follow it, blah, blah. Yeah. I know damn well you're not going to follow it all week long, right? Ooh. And so what happens when that plan fails?
What's your strategy?
Yeah. So for me, I always I kind of give myself like, I don't let 1 minute affect the next. Let's say I fall off track. Let's say I go to Chick-fil-A. I'm going to go to Chick-fil-A tonight. It's Friday night. I'm going to go to Chick-fil-A.
That's a good strategy. I caught what you said.
Yeah. I don't let my dinner tonight affect my breakfast tomorrow morning. Yeah. I don't let a messed up breakfast fuck up my lunch.
Next play mentality.
Yep. I don't let, I literally, I only live now and beyond. I never lived back there. Yeah. Never. That's what's crazy. And again, like I said it in the last episode, I'm not very emotional because I don't live back there. I don't know why. I just don't. Right. And everyone's like, well, failed relationships and this and that. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't live back there. Like,
that's crazy you say that because that used to be my perspective because I preached mental agility, which is next play mentality. Yeah. I try to get a little fancy with the words to my athletes. Mental agility.
That's a good one.
They're like, oh, yeah. Because, they've heard next play mentality that it got washed out. Like, next play mentality. And it just gets washed out. So let's get something fresh to kind of get something to click in their noggin. Yeah. But I don't know what I was listening to, but I actually reflect on my past. Yeah. And I extract the lessons. Okay. Oh, it was Tim Grover.
Ooh. Tim Grover. Winning.
Yeah. So Tim Grover is a mindset coach for Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. And he's like, dude, when you had adversity and you fall, don't get back up. Oh, and I was like, I was like, what? Yeah. I was like thinking, no, get your ass back up and keep going forward. Like that's been my attitude. Like, stay down. Yeah. Why did you fall?
Yeah.
And then make a plan and then execute that.
Right.
Oh, that got me, bro. I was like.
So I will say, that's more of the now. That's more of like, that's still like me, that's now. So if I'm falling right now, if something fails right now, I'm instantly thinking about what went wrong right now. Right? It's not that I'm like
dwelling. You're not dwelling. That's
I'm always learning. Right? And we talked about this in the very first episode. Is I'm always a student. Everything I do, I learn. If I piss someone off, I literally in that moment, I'm like, shit. What I just said pissed them off. How can I fix it in the future?
Yeah.
But I'm still right here, right now. Yeah. I'm not going to walk on eggshells with you for the next 3 months because of something that happened 3 months ago. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, I'm just going to fix it. I'm going to learn, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to learn, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to adapt, and I'm going to overcome. And I think a lot of people, I think they talk themselves out of it if they do dwell, right? If you dwell too much on the past, you'll almost talk yourself out of trying it again in the future.
Absolutely.
Unless
because
you
you're
learn.
Right. So just looking at it differently. Well, once again, you hit adversity. Some people are going to thrive and some people are going to go into depression, wrong mindset. Yeah. So it's just learning yourself.
Right.
Can you stay in that zone back there and can you handle it? If you can, awesome. Let's leverage it. If you know that it's probably not the best for you, because everything's trial and error. What works for me, it's not going to work for you. Yeah. And if you're a super emotional, high emotional person, then maybe reflecting that far down deep is probably not your best bet.
Yeah. And so I like to use the cell phone analogy because everyone has a cell phone. And it's like, man, if you drop your cell phone, what does everyone do? Man, they pick it up, they baby it. Is everything okay? Do I need a new screen? Do I need a new cover? Blah, blah, they baby it.
Yeah.
They don't fucking stomp on it and keep breaking the shit just because they dropped it one time. So when you meet adversity, when you fail, when your plan doesn't go according to plan, pick that motherfucker up and baby the shit out of it. Like, man, how do I not drop it again? Because is it okay?
People are going to feel like a failure, right? Oh, fuck, I'm 1 weekend and I already fucked up. I'm terrible. Talking down themselves. I think it's always about reframing. Like every conversation is about reframing. And so what started to work for me is I started reframing all my adversity that's hitting me as blessings.
Love that.
Like, because they're the stepping stone. Like, God's given you a problem for you to solve because in order to solve it, you're going to be able to move to the next level. Right. So it's like this gift. Yeah. It's a blessing, but you first must solve the problem. Yeah. Because that's the answer to the next level. So he's almost saving you.
Right.
Like, I want the problems because I know when I solve them, I level it up.
Yep. For sure. And people don't think about it like that. People just think of failure as failure. Yeah. They don't think of it as a lesson. They don't think of it as an opportunity to learn. They don't think of it as an opportunity to level up.
Yeah.
They just like, oh, I failed, so I quit. I give up. Oh, it's too hard.
Why me? Why me?
Right? And so it's like, man, again, when you fail, let's say, man, you made a bad investment idea. Who cares? Like, learn from it immediately.
Yeah.
And to your point, always go read about something and go get better at it and then go implement it again. Go try again. If that's your true goal, your true passion, that's where you are truly like, man, I really want this to work out for me. Yeah. You will do everything in your power to become the best
to figure it out.
Right.
All right. So here's a tangible strategy if you do hit your first wall. Okay. All right. Because most people are just going to stop and go again, as if that wall is going to magically disappear. Okay. No. So you have that plan, but now you make a detour plan.
Okay.
I call it a detour because it's a roadblock.
Yeah.
Let's make a detour plan. Now, what this detour plan is going to be consistent of is how do I solve for X?
Okay.
All right. So, for example, I wanted to wake up early morning because that's the only time of the day. And I'm not waking up early in the morning.
Yeah.
Let's make a plan for that. Okay, what are we doing now that we could be doing better? Yep. Oh, your phone's next to your bed, so you can snooze it. Oh, that's always my first one. Yeah. Cool. Let's just make a plan for it. We're moving it across the room.
That was coming.
Right? Yep. So now we're making a plan for this specific problem. Yep. And then once you get over it, I fixed it. Yep. And then you get to go back on your plan until you hit the next obstacle. Detour plan.
Yep. Man, I tell you what, I dated a girl probably like 6 months ago now, Afton. She hates me, but it's fine. She was a major in the Air Force.
Oh.
She was a pilot. She was a combat pilot, and then now she works for FedEx. She's in the reserves in the Air Force. She's still a major, and bro, type A, goal-oriented, no excuses, to the extreme. Yeah. Should probably be on this podcast with us. And I'm a snoozer. I'll admit it. Like, I'm a snoozer. I'll set my alarm at 4 o'clock because I know I'm not going to get out of bed till 4:30. Yeah. And I'm going to snooze it until 4:30. The first time we spent the night, and I snoozed my alarm like 2 times, she's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, what do you mean? She goes, wake up. And I was like, oh shit. Bro, I never snoozed my alarm again.
Yeah.
Literally, I was like, first time it goes off. To the point to where she said, you know what? She goes, your alarm is actually waking me up and it's uncomfortable. And I have a long day ahead of me. She goes, I want you to set a vibrating alarm on your watch. And I want that to wake you up. Oh, I couldn't even have an alarm on my phone, bro. She literally was like, the vibration on your wrist will wake you up.
Yeah.
You have a choice to get out of bed or not.
Yeah.
Because it's going to work. You're not going to sleep through this annoying thing vibrating on your wrist.
Yeah.
And I mean, to her, she was flying 10-hour flights. She was,
dude, she needs her sleep, and here you're being a jackass. Yeah.
She literally was like, start a timer or start an alarm on your watch, and I wanted to just vibrate, no noise. And I was like, okay.
Dude, I had conversations with somebody. They were struggling to wake up, and they have like babies in the room, right? Yeah. And I was like, put your phone across the room. He's like, well, then it's gonna wake everyone up. And I was like, yeah, that's why you should get up. Yeah. Like, bro, what's a better excuse to get up, dude?
Yeah, like it's like, we always make these excuses in our mind, right? I was just, I have to snooze, and she proved a point. No, I don't. Yeah. I have to have the loudest alarm. I just didn't care.
Yeah.
Right. When she was like, hey, like if you care about me and obviously know I have a high stress job, you would wake up. And you would wake up in the easiest, time. And so it was just, it was literally crazy that from one day to the next, I could completely change my wake up routine.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was crazy.
We can go into waking up like deep. There's a lot of strategies about waking up, but just a little quick one. If you are struggling to wake up, I paid an app.
Okay.
That forces me to shake my phone 30 times before it turns off.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because I got into a bad rhythm. I kept snoozing.
Yeah.
And then I would snooze so far that I actually just turn it off because I'm like in this sloth mode because I snooze so many times that I'm not thinking. And I would miss camp.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I got to solve the problem. I can't be missing camp in the morning time, dude. So I paid an app. And so you have different features in it. You can shake your alarm. You can solve a problem. You can scan a barcode.
Dang.
And that's like, I'm paying.
Yeah, just going off until you do whatever.
Until you do the mission.
Crazy. Yeah.
So
I truly believe that.
It's called alarming.
Yeah, I truly. So, and we'll probably talk about sleep in a future episode, but I truly believe like everyone should wake up at least before 6 a.m. At least. If you're sleeping past 6 a.m., like I don't care if your life sucks because you're not trying.
Definitely not trying. But no, wait, I would disagree. There are outliers. They are night owls.
Okay.
Which there's two types of people, right? They get their energy from either they're morning people or they're late people, right? And there's super high achievers who just realize where they, once again, self-assessing, realizing what works for you. If you've not been a morning person all your life, then probably it's probably not a thing for you. And it's because we drive society to wake up.
Yeah.
But you probably might be better off because it's all trial and error.
Yeah.
Getting your shit done in the evening,
right?
Where you're high energy,
yep.
And that's just knowing who you are as a person. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's those night owls, dude.
You're right. Let me rephrase what I said earlier. Besides, gotta wake up before 6 a.m. I will say, don't use sleep as a crutch, right? So like, set yourself to get I don't know however many hours you need, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know however many you need to function. And so again, if you're a night owl and you're working till midnight, 1, 2 a.m. in the morning, because that's when you function highest, and you need 6 hours of sleep, you're still waking up at 8.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I see so many people are just like, I can't do it because I have to get it.
Don't use any of these as handicaps of why you can't do something. I'm just not a morning person.
Yeah.
Right. You're also not an evening person. So
not doing anything.
You gotta figure something out, dude.
I'm only good from 10 to 2. No, bro. Fucking get your life together. All right. Man. So we've got.
You're my recapper, by the way. You've kind of taken that role. I love it.
So, we have the plan. We got to execute the plan. A couple of things we talked about implementing. It could be the sleep thing. It could be waking up. If you have a problem waking up, we gave you a bunch of tips, whether it was an app, whether it was putting your phone across the room, whether it was just stop being an idiot and wake up.
Yeah.
And don't stomp on your phone when you drop it, right? So
don't hate yourself.
We say next play mentality, right? And so it's like, hey, don't let what just happened affect your next move.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I like that. And because a lot of people do, it's like, man, there were cookies in the break room, so I might as well go to McDonald's at night. Yeah, might as well.
Maybe ordering pizza.
Yep. Right. So don't allow that. And you brought up a lot of great points of just talking to the family. you guys are a unit. You guys are a team. And so I can't tell you how many times that, you know, clients sign up and I'm like, oh, did you, you know, tell your spouse about it? Oh, no. You might want to.
It's a weird, it's taboo almost. And I was always scared to talk in that manner about speaking to your spouse. But then, you know, I had to remember that I was in that role.
Yeah.
And I remember that terrible feeling. Yeah. And I was like, no. There's a conversation that needs to be had.
For sure. And I think, you know, there's a sales tactic, right, where the spouse says, oh, I got to talk to my spouse before I purchase this.
Yeah.
And from a sales perspective, we're like, no, you don't got to talk to them. This is for you. This is your health, blah, blah, blah. But in terms of a high success probability, you might want to run it by your spouse and get them on board. Maybe not ask them for like permission. Yeah. Like don't ask them for permission to obviously like prioritize your health and your goals.
This is what I want to do. Can you support me?
Can you support me?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it'd be crazy to hear some of their answers. Hey, I want to start waking up at 5 a.m. to go work out. Can you help me? Yeah. I guarantee you're going to be like, you're going to get some weird looks.
So this is where books come in. And so 9 times out of 10, you don't want to keep picking at it if they aren't on board. That's just going to cause a lot of friction. Sure. And so you are going to have to move on your own for a while, but you're going to start creating energy that's going to be contagious and it's going to leak them. That good energy is going to leak them into what you're doing, and then y'all can have those better conversations.
I love
that.
But
you also have to have a self-assessment. If you're somebody who always stops and goes, and your spouse is not on board with you, then of course I wouldn't be on board with you either, right? So what's your credit score with your spouse, first of all?
Love that.
Before you ask for support,
right?
Because they have every right to not support you if they know your credit score.
Right. Man, it's funny you say that. We do a monthly call, all company call for Facts Over Fads, and we talked about that. It was like, man, well, if your spouse is used to you always doing the next best thing and always quitting, sign up, quit, sign up, quit, sign up, quit, sign up, quit, like they're probably not going to support you.
Don't get mad at them, right? Because that's the first instinct. I'm going to get mad. Oh, he doesn't or she doesn't support me. What's your history like?
And so now it's like, so now you are on your own. And in last episode, we talked about all the books and the podcasts and stuff that you can utilize, but you have to now prove them wrong, right? You now, it's like
use the pain.
Yeah.
It's almost I love him, but fuck him.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And I just run with that.
Yep. Yeah. You're not going to support me? I'll prove you wrong.
Absolutely.
And you keep doing it day after day, week after week, month after month. Guess what? They now support you.
Yeah. Man, 100%.
Love that. All right, bro. Let's put a bow in it, bro.
Yeah. I don't even know how long we went, but I'm assuming it was less than an hour.
About 30 minutes. Right on the money.
All right, guys. So, hey, real quick, I know we're going to have Facebook groups and stuff like that. We're using Unconquerable. And so be sure you leave out, comment below. Go to our Facebook group, go to our YouTube channel, ask what next topics you want us to cover. We'll talk about it. But I would love to pull a topic from you guys and even shout you out. Yeah. And, support the listeners out there.
Make you famous.
But absolutely. But, hey, you guys, we're going to tie a bow. We're going to end it here. Make the rest of your day your best day.